and welcome to week 2 of SeahawkTalk. I'm Ed Habishaw, and back with another 4 guests on Monday, April 6th. We have on the show today, I'll go right to the graphic to show it, Jody Mooradian, Bill Villareal, Patrick Maybach from baseball, and Jannelle Iaquinto from softball. Now, last week when I introduced my boss, Jody Mooradian, I did a great job. You just didn't get to see it or hear it because we weren't actually live. So I apologize for that. And to make it up to her, I'm going to repeat my introduction.
Nice.
Jody was the Senior Associate Athletics Director and Senior Women Administrator at Boston College prior to her arrival at Salve Regina in January 2016, where she helped manage the Division I athletics program encompassing 750 student athletes and a $68 million budget across 31 sports. Voted a top 10 senior women administrator by the NCAA by College AD, Mooradian was praised for her extensive compliance background and long-standing efforts to put programs in place to improve the student-athlete experience. The student-athlete development program she created was ranked number 1 such program in the NCAA Division I athletics in 2015. We got her at Salve Regina right after that. She continues to add to developmental programs for Salve Regina athletes such as Seahawk Academy, Seahawk to Seahawk, and Captain's Council. Let's please welcome, officially to the first time on the program, Jody Mooradian. Jody, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's so nice to see you. I can't wait to watch Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick and I, we talked a little bit earlier today. He was actually on campus for a workout. He went to some field. It looks green.
Yeah, some green field.
I was in his face. We were FaceTiming each other, and from his FaceTime, I could see that he was driving, and then he was going to a ball field, and the camera was shooting up in a bright, sunny sky.
Ooh, maybe drove to Florida. I don't know.
Oh, that would be nice. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's a whole new reality, isn't it?
It really is. It seems like yesterday that we had our last games, but so much has happened. We're already in a new month. April started just last week, middle of last week. And so much is going on in the world, in the sports world, professionally, and obviously everything's affected, including the world of college sports.
Right. And it's been so interesting to have this time. Sunny, beautiful days like today make you sad because you don't get to watch the student athletes participating. But it's really a time to reflect and to just hope that everybody's doing well. And with every problem, it gives you a chance to be creative. So I know you and I and a lot of the staff members were on FaceTime and WebEx. And, it's really been an opportunity to reflect on the things we have and how we can make them better. And so that part has been a nice challenge.
I've asked others this question during the last week, and I'll ask it to you in 2 different ways. For me, I've actually done more meal preparation than I ever have for family members, and I also think I'm eating better. How has it been for you? Are you eating better now, or were you eating better before this pandemic?
I'm actually eating better now, just like you. It's an activity now. It's like, oh, okay, what's for dinner? Oh, okay. So that part's been good, and I've actually tried to work out just to clear, my head. And ironically, right, I think even though we're still sitting and working all day long, you still have a chance to walk through to the kitchen. I couldn't put my workspace in the kitchen, though. I found that because everybody has to have their own workspace at home now. And then if it's in the kitchen, it's just a little too enticing.
True. And some of the best places I've subscribe to on YouTube. One of them is a podcast for how to use Zoom properly and what's the best way to set up a home office situation. I've been lucky that my wife has worked from home for many years in her job. If she were to commute, she'd actually have to go up to Massachusetts.
Oh, wow.
And now I'm home working with her. And one of the advices that was given by the web conference, and this is a guy from Vancouver, Canada, he's telling us all, shut the door. You know, have a closed off space so when the door is shut, nobody knocks on it, and nobody comes in ever. The only time that it's an invitation to come into the workplace when it's at home is when the door is open. Otherwise, door closed means person working.
Yeah. Working. And it is interesting because I've had a lot of MCA calls. I've had a lot of, Salve staff calls. So it is amazing that we all moved pretty quickly to this platform. I've been so impressed. And then for classes, I teach a ethics and sports law class at Salve with quite a few student athletes, and we all got on the call, and they seem to be adjusting well, but I think they might be having a harder time than we are. I mean, we miss them, but they miss each other.
Right, and you had mentioned earlier in our WebEx staff meeting how your interaction with your students, they've shared with you that they actually prefer the visual interaction versus just a text-only email interaction.
Right. They said they're tired of emails. They don't normally check emails. And then Matt Finlayson and you and I were on the call with the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. That was just so refreshing and fun. I could see, and that is their method. They just are face-to-face when they want to talk, but not face-to-face, but they visually need to see each other, not just a dry email. So, so I wish we could play our sports virtually, but that's a whole nother thing.
I do too. Having the sports is such a welcome distraction to everyday life, never mind the new of everyday life. Right now we're showing on screen portions of our Seahawk Academy back in the fall, in August, and then some Hall of Fame footage where you're with Steve Sorella, you're with President Dr. Kelly Armstrong, and now you're at the podium, and then you're with our 4 inductees who were wonderful inductees: Andy Andrade, Caitlin Burrell-Haskell, John Picozzi, and of course Brian Shanley, our former men's tennis coach and who worked in admissions. What a lovely day that was, and it doesn't seem that long ago, but what a different world we're in.
Yeah, and I think that's the great thing about you doing the Seahawk Talks and all the different things you and I and others have tried to develop. We really, when we say Seahawks, right, we don't mean just the 550 that we have right now as student athletes. We mean everyone that's been at Salve and everybody that works at Salve. I mean, we really want to combine all Seahawks. So, like, the Hall of Fame was so special, and we had student athletes and those sports come back. I mean, and then we had our own student athletes come to see the people being inducted, and that's what we love, the whole person, the whole experience. And it's such a good community for that. I found we've never reached out and not have somebody that wants to work with our current student athletes to help them grow or to just show leadership for them. So I know you and I both love that part of our job. And, well, I guess we'll have to wait till fall for another function like that.
Yeah, because you held a Seahawk Academy for the fall athletes, then the winter athletes, and we were ready to go with the spring athletes for the first time ever. That got halted with this virus. We were able to, thanks to Matt Finlayson and his crew's efforts to get the Seahawk to Seahawk program in for another year. And he had special guest Chuck Piver at that one.
That was the week the world fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
And that is extraordinary. I think it was Monday, then Wednesday we're at games. We luckily had a lot of home events for us to go see. And then that day, that afternoon, and then Thursday, everything stopped for athletics. So it's quite, Monday was the third Seahawk Academy, and I guess we'll have to have that also in the fall for the spring sports.
And who knows, Jody? Maybe there's blessings in disguise all over the place. We can conduct Seahawk Academy in this very same fashion, virtually.
Yes, we could. If people could sign in, so we'll see. But every day seems to be an adventure. So I'm hoping we get through the next 2 weeks that people are really concerned and everybody stays safe. And there's so much you can do remotely. It's amazing. But,
yeah.
This platform, at least we get to say hello and make sure people are doing well.
Well, I always count my blessings, and one of my biggest blessings is having you as our athletic director. So thank you very much for joining us. We look forward to having you on each week at Monday. And as long as I don't mess up the connection and mess up the technical part of it, you'll come through loud and clear.
Quite frankly, my version's on the cutting room floor. Well, thank you, Ed. I love this, and really, I can't wait to see everybody again.
Well, thank you very much, Jody. Take care.
You too.
Love you.
Take care.
That's Jody Mooradian, the Director of Athletics at Salve Virginia University. We'll be right back with our women's lacrosse head coach, Bill Villareal, right after this break. Welcome back to Seahawk Talk. It's Monday, April 6th. We're in our second week of Seahawk Talk, and our second guest each week is our women's lacrosse head coach, Mr. Bill Villareal. Let's welcome him.
How you doing, Seahawks?
How are you, Bill?
How you doing?
Very good. How are you?
Good. Surviving. just like everybody else, but we got routines going, so I think everybody's doing pretty well.
What are your routines? You are a creature of habit with 22 years in the Navy. Tell me about your current routines.
Well, current routine is, you wake up early, get your breakfast, and, with our staff, we probably meet 3 or 4 times a week. With the team, probably meet 1 or twice a week. But it's nice keeping habits, with the staff. We keep our communication going. We have projects, more like strategic planning, get ourselves ready for what the future is going to give us, which we don't really know, but we're trying to get ahead of the game as best we can.
Well, Bill, as the former head tennis coach and a big fan of Adam Zakara, I got to tell you how happy we are that one of the biggest projects that got completed before the whole shutdown was lowering the heights of the fences on the sides of our tennis courts, our 6 tennis courts, to 4 feet. That makes it so spectator friendly.
Well, when before this all happened, you drive by there, you can actually see a lot of things. So it's and who knows what in the future, change the tennis courts around a little bit, make it a little more pleasing for the spectators. So I think it was a great project. It was good.
And you were
in the future.
Yes.
In the near future, hopefully the painting and all that is going to come around and it'll really turn the place around. It'll look nice.
Yeah, we're looking at U.S. Open blue on the courts with the green on the outside. It's going to look spectacular, just like you do on the sidelines at Gaudet.
Well, working on it. Working on it. No, so there's a lot of projects that are going on, that were in place before, but that's like one of these committees that we have, and working on a lot more possibilities for changing facilities, changing building a little bit, and it'll be good. It'll be good.
So, as the assistant athletic director, also you're an administrator, you're a coach, and you're also a parent of one of our senior athletes.
Yes, it's this event really turned a lot of things around a little bit. I know as an administrator, now I have to look at, what differences are going to be coming about through the scheduling, the roster changes, the policies, the procedures, a lot of that kind of stuff. And still in support of all of the 20 sports that we have, trying to keep that up and still give them the appreciation of all the activities that surround themselves with college, like all the big events, the senior day, the commencement, the blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of things that we still want to kind of give them the experience, because without it, they kind of feel deflated a little bit. But, as I talk to my team, I don't want to say they're used to hearing that certain things are canceled, but they're also wishing that they still had those experiences. So, that from an administrator point of view, we try to do our best to try to keep those all in place. As a head coach, I miss my girls tremendously. I mean, I love my team. So, just being around them during practices, getting on bus rides, going to a game and watching them compete, is something that I enjoy tremendously. And watching them kind of reach goals that they have in mind that they want to reach, is actually fun to watch them grow in that perspective. As a parent, it's I miss out on those events too, so it's kind of, I wanted to see her hit her senior day, and getting all emotional and all that kind of thing with her and all that. I miss having those. I think, we as a parent, daughter, I think our relationship grew tremendously because of this experience. It's not like you favor one or the other. It's, she knows that I have a job. She knows that she has a job, And we've done that throughout the 4 years, which is thankful for me. I thank her for maturing like that. It makes a big difference. But when I see her reach, certain milestones, I get very excited. I mean, all my girls on the team know that I get so amped up on the sideline for everybody. Like I love when they reach their milestones. As a matter of fact, I have a ball here that I'd like to present to Kat Mullen. She's a freshman on our team. So I give every like their first collegiate points, I write up on their ball like what they did during that day and that sort of thing. So this is presented to her. She reached a lot of points that day against UMass in a lot of different categories. So I'm proud of her and proud of watching the freshmen advance. And then as a fan, I also miss just watching the competition. It's fun watching people change up and down the rosters of who's ahead of who, or who's number one now, who's number 3 or whatever. I love watching that move around. It's fun. It's the sports part of me.
Bill, would you mind showing that ball again? I think I was showing your roster on the webpage. And who is that for once more?
So this is for Kat Mullen. So she's a freshman for us. She's an attack midi. As basically will do anything I ask her to do on the field. Whether it's an attack, a midi, or defender, it doesn't matter. She'll jump in there everywhere. But with this, she earned this during our UMass game. And she had, her goals, her assists, her caused turnover, two draw controls. So she was a pretty active girl that day, and she definitely deserved this ball. So I know she's waiting for it, and whenever we get together, it'll be presented to her during the practice. So it's exciting. I love presenting that kind of thing to them.
Well,
so
congratulations to Kat, and I'm glad even through a brief season of just 3 games, you have an opportunity to recognize the outstanding members on your team, and we'll look to do the same going forward with our Seahawk Awards ceremony. It'll be different than any other one in previous history, but we will make a point to
be different.
honor all these.
There's a handful of players on the team that were chasing certain milestones, and certain milestones had pretty big titles to them. So, but that's part of life also. The big jumbo prize is at the end. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes time's in your side, sometimes it's not. So you just have to make the best of the situation that you can do when you're on the field, and hopefully it works out for you. But I know deep down inside, that's one of the things, as both a coach and a parent, where she was right there. Just talking about one player right now, but and they know, but there's others out there on the same team that they all work together trying to reach bigger goals, not just themselves goals, but team goals, things like that. And you can't play the game, or you can't reach milestones by yourself. So you got to do it as a team.
True. And your daughter, Maddie, is also a nursing major, one of several nursing majors on your team. Talk about what that process is for senior nursing major.
It's interesting when you hear the governor, asking for people. But you also have nurses that are almost there waiting for their being a registered nurse. So they have a lot of studying they have to do. I just bought her and then the NCLEX study manual. So I know, but it's one of those things. She's got to work hard to reach that goal. Her goal right now is not to be the lacrosse player, but to be the registered nurse. That's what she was there for school. And that's what she's working hard for. I know, it's funny when you start off the year and you know what they want to do, or you think you know what they want to do, and then halfway through the year, or halfway through the their time here at school, towards the end, they're talking a different language that you're like, wow, God, I can't believe she's actually on this track. But I know she loves the major. I know she loves what she wants to do, and she's going to be great at it. So I'm excited for her.
Well, thanks for joining us.
I'm already getting a little teary-eyed for it.
I feel you, Papa. I feel you. Well,
so I'm excited for him, though.
Thank you.
And excited for all of them. I mean, it's fun watching, the girls get together, like on the school bus, and they're, not the school bus, but the regular buses, and they're, getting ready for their exams, and listen to them being very excited about it's just talking different languages, and watching them get excited.
The 4 years goes by fast.
Sure, fast. It really does.
That means no more than what it does now, because it's so precious, those 4 years, and you got to take advantage of them when you have them.
Oh, it's so true. So true. And, I mean, look at this. I mean, this put a wrinkle in it, but, I mean, it changed everything just like that.
Yeah.
And now I'm just happy that the school is working hard and working with everybody to, follow up on some of those events so that they can have those experiences, which is nice to hear. So, I applaud Salve, and I love the community, and, it's exciting to be around, to be honest with you.
Well, you're looking good. Love the bucket hat. It's a trademark.
I have to have the bucket hat because my hair is so long underneath that, and I'm used to having a flat top, being a retired military guy. So, it's very different for me. So having the bucket hat, I need to have it.
Yeah.
Because my hair is like going crazy.
Your long is different from anybody else's long, but I understand what you mean.
My long is if it's moving when the wind blows, it's too long. So that's where I stand with mine.
Love it. Well, thank you very much. We'll look forward to having you each week on Mondays at 3:15.
Sounds good.
And I'll see you during the week as well.
All right. Sounds good, Ed. Thanks for doing this again. You're great.
Thanks, Bill. Love you.
All right. See you guys.
That's Bill Villareal, our head women's lacrosse coach and administrator, assistant athletic director, and also parent of Maddie Villareal, a senior women's lacrosse player. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to Seahawk Talk. We are here on Monday, April 6th, and we're going to go to our first student athlete ever appearing on Seahawk Talk. He's a senior left-hander. He's practicing safe social distancing because he's typically no closer than 60 feet 6 inches from his nearest teammate, unless he's throwing pickoff throws over to first base. Let's please welcome in senior left-hander from Saunderstown, Massachusetts, our left-hander, Patrick Maybach. Patrick, how are you?
Hey, Mr. Habershaw. I'm good. How are you?
Very good. You've got experience, because I was just thinking the other day, I mean, how tough it is for an athlete to be dealt this blow, to have their season started and then cut short immediately. But we joked on the phone a little while ago that you actually have experience of having your season start and then shut down.
Yeah.
Just a year ago, it worked out very well for you. Talk about last year as a junior.
It was tough. I know I had a large workload that I was going to have that year, and then I started off pretty well, and then it was just one day I was playing catch, and then something started to bother me, and the next day it was the same thing. So, like, going to Emily, the trainer, and, like, getting it all looked at, it was a little worrisome, but in the end, it ended up being nothing too serious. And then when it came to, like, the important part of the season with the playoffs, I was making my way back, and we got to the point where I could jump back into the rotation. And so it all worked out in the end. Like, I would have loved to have the whole season within, like, pitching-wise, but in the end, the main goal is to win the conference, so that's how it ended up working out. So nothing you can really argue about there.
No,
this year,
oops, sorry.
no, that's all right.
You made huge contributions to that conference championship run with your outings against Western New England, the number 1 seed on their home turf, and then also in the championship series against Roger Williams.
Yeah, it was fun. It was tough because at first I was unsure about, like, when my comeback would have been, like, if I'd have been back for the season. And then as we got to the playoffs, coach was like, all right, like, if we get to the point where you can come back, like, are you ready? And I was like, of course. And then we ended up going to Western New England, had to win 2, and Ginsburg threw an unreal game. And after that, I was like, all right, coach, like, he's a senior. He just had his best game, and I'm really trying to back that up and trying to get him another ring personally because it's his last year as long as everybody else on the team. So I was hyped to come back, and then he ended up coming back in that second game and closing it, which was unreal. I thought that was the biggest series for us. And then after the first game of the championship where we lost, like, I knew with me and Matthews, like, we had a lot of confidence in our team. And after the first game where we won, like, I think it was like 14-4 final. There's a lot of confidence on our side. And then I just wanted to win it for the seniors, for them. Like, having your last year going out on top in the conference is, like, a huge thing for them. So it was just nice to help everybody out.
Patrick, speaking of seniors, your fellow classmate and senior captain, Dylan Ketch, you both are accounting majors.
Yeah.
Now, when he comes out to the mound for conferences, are you technically on the same spreadsheet?
Usually we're not, and that's why he comes out. No, it's, like, great to have him behind the plate as he's, like, gotten older as long as I have, because we're in the same grade and, like, we're roommates, we're great friends. So it's great when he comes out because, like, if I'm struggling or I'm not confident in my stuff, like, he's always confident and just, like, calms me down and helps me get back to the zone where I can be able to compete and try to help us win. So he's great back there.
You've had a number of catches over your 4 years, and then I'll allude to the fact that it may be 4+ years based on an NCAA allowance of extending eligibility. But before we get there, your very first outing as a Seahawk pitcher was absolutely memorable. It was our regular catcher at the time, junior Christian Vargas. He didn't catch you that day. Your opening day, your debut, Anthony Gazzo was behind the plate, and you came within a couple of outs of a no-hitter. Talk about that, Patrick.
Yeah, that was a crazy day. To me, it's all about just, like, getting yourself to the point where your team can win the game or put in the best position. And as a freshman, I knew I had to put myself in the best opportunity to get innings throughout the year. So I thought I knew it was an important start. But at the end of the day, like, when I get on the mound, like, every game is just like another game to me. Like, I just think the same way. And as the game went on, I wasn't really sure it was happening. Yeah, I was just focused on, like, each at bat. But after the game, it was, like, really exciting when I think Brody caught the last ball in center, and it was, like, first and third, and, like, everyone was excited. And afterwards, it was a nice sigh of relief that I could tell myself, like, if I keep pushing myself, I can compete at this level. And, like, I wasn't too worried about not getting a no-hitter. I was more worried about winning. So in the end, everything worked out great.
Yeah, you settled for a complete game shutout against RIT, an absolutely strong program. But you set the trend for South Virginia, having success against the Tigers from Rochester, because last year in Florida, the team also had a matchup with RIT and took that game as well in 9 innings.
Yeah, that was Lopez's first start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Patrick, tell us about your approach to pitching. Pitchers and EDPs, or everyday players, are different.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the culture of the bullpen and what it is among that specialized group of individuals.
Man, what a group of us. We have a lot of fun. It's a lot different than position players. Like, I used to play the outfield when I was younger, and like I played in the field, so I understand what playing every day is like. But I think the biggest thing the bullpen brings is the energy, and like we know you can't play every day. Like at best, I play once a week, maybe once every 6 days. So you really just gotta find the way to like enjoy baseball every day, even though like Monday through Friday I may not touch the field, but I still like want to find a way to be like happy around the game and enjoy the game and support my teammates. And then on like days I do pitch, it's just like you spent the whole week preparing for this one day, this like one start, and realistically you could face 6 kids and get pulled, or you could pitch 9 innings. So the biggest thing for me is just like keeping it in the moment, to where like not thinking like, oh, I want to pitch 7 innings today, I want to pitch 8 innings today, because you see guys who go 2 innings and let up 8 runs and get pulled. So it's just hard that you got to just stay focused on each moment, because pitching can change so fast and you can come out of the game so fast. So it's just staying on top of like your mental game and just staying focused.
Patrick, do you have any Shohei Ohtanis in your bullpen? Somebody that can go both on the mound and as an everyday player?
Well, if you ask pitchers, we all can do that. We're all pretty good at hitters in our own heads, but we have a couple kids that did come in as 2-ways or can't swing the bat, but most of us aren't that athletic or that talented at home plate, so that's why we don't hit anymore.
Well, I don't even know this. What would you be, a left-handed batter or a right-handed batter?
Right-handed.
Ah, he's the Ricky Henderson of Salve Regina. Or the Vita Blue. Actually, I think Vita Blue is a switch hitter, which is an answer to a trivia question. You've had many accolades over your 3+ years. Tell us about what's going to be happening next year for Patrick Maybach.
Well, like I'm gonna come back next year for my MBA in the accounting program, which like I'm really excited about, because I didn't want to end my career that way. Just like, you know, having the season. Like, I know it wasn't Jody's fault, but like when she told us like that was our season, I didn't want that to end. So, and I know my parents really care about my education, and I do as well. So like I was talking to my mom on the phone a couple of days ago about like wanting to come back and finishing my MBA, getting my master's. So regardless of what happens with baseball, like I have a really good degree from Salve. So it's just exciting that now I'll still be able to get my like technical like 4.5 years. I'm not sure how you want to put that, but it'll be nice to have another season and not have my career end this way. So
absolutely. I know last summer, let me go to a prop that I have here. You were able to pitch for the Gulls. Is that going to happen as well this year?
No, I'm going to take the summer off so my plan for the summer is just like get in better shape, gain some weight, get stronger, throw more, and just get prepared for the 5th year. Because like in the end, I do want to work and make some money and stuff. So the 3 years that I have played summer ball has been a blessing, and Newport was unreal. So it's something I'll always remember.
Nice having it in your own backyard, and you're living in Newport now.
Mm-hmm.
When I talked to you earlier, you were doing a workout. What's that routine like for you when when there's no playing in sight for a while?
Yeah, it's hard because at the beginning, like there's nothing to do, so you kind of just hang out all day. But since it's like been nice out, I'm trying to take the opportunity of like, this is the first spring I've had off in who knows how long. So I still miss the game. I still want to throw, so I don't have to be near anybody to go throw. So it's great that I can split my boring days up with some fun. And I like went to the field today, and it was great to throw and like do some workouts and stuff.
All right, let's finish your segment with a shout out to your fellow senior classmates. Say hello to them.
There's 5, 6 of us, counting Daisy. So the biggest thing for me is I hope that even if they don't play next year, that we'll still remain friends, because we're going to miss a big part of our senior year and a big part of our farewell. So my heart really goes out to like the kids that won't come back, because like that's a terrible way to end their career. But just seeing them again and just maintaining our friendships is much more important to me than what we do on the baseball field. So that's the important part.
Well, thank you very much, Patrick. You've been a wonderful guest on this segment, and certainly would love to have you back for future segments. Hope all goes well workout-wise and also academic-wise for you. Once a Seahawk, always a Seahawk, and that applies to both you and your fellow teammates.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Take care.
That's Patrick Maybach, a senior member of our South Virginia University baseball team. He is coming to us from Newport, Rhode Island, and we're going to stick around in Newport and talk with our softball head coach, Jannelle Iaquinto, after this short break. Hello and welcome. I was mistaken when I said we were going to come back to Newport, Rhode Island, but we are headed to the beach, believe it or not. We've got Jannelle Iaquinto on a beautiful sunny day, bringing us to the beach in Jamestown, Rhode Island. Hello, Jannelle. How are you?
Hey, hi Ed. I'm great. It's beautiful today.
Awesome.
I get out, so figured I'd take you with me on my afternoon walk to the beach here.
I really appreciate that. I talked to you off air in queue and saying, hey, we can extend this beyond 4 o'clock as long as it gets me to the beach. And apparently past the Jamestown Fire Department.
Yeah, that's where we are, Jamestown Fire Department right now. Just taking a stroll down Narragansett Ave. There's a beach and a marina right up ahead. I'll probably be there in a minute. It's kind of busy today. There's a lot of people driving, a lot of people walking. It's beautiful. Oh, here's a classic old fire truck there. I love Jamestown.
That looks great. Thanks for bringing that to us. About how many steps are you getting on your Fitbit?
Oh my gosh. I've been doing like 4 or 5 miles a day when it's nice. I mean, what else are we supposed to do right now? We're all stuck at home and trying to watch the weather. Today and tomorrow look great. So I just thought try to spend as much time outside as we can today.
Smart move. Stay ahead of the Wednesday, Thursday weather that they're predicting.
Yeah. That's for Netflix.
I know it. Yes. When we can watch movies that are in warm weather sites.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'd love to. My mom moved down to Florida, and she's floating in the pool, every day having her cocktail or her coffee. Loving life in isolation. I'm a little jealous, I have to admit. I told her I don't feel badly for you being on that float every day.
Well, I know you are in Rhode Island, as are several of your Seahawks. Are your seniors home, or are they Newport?
They are. I believe Allie's still in Newport. She was last week when I spoke with her, and Karina as well, because they were worried about what was going to happen with their clinical schedules, their nursing majors, once classes resumed this week, and they have that 2-week quarantine going on. So I believe they're still here. And Allie's mom works at Yale, and she's on the front line there doing some service with medically and whatnot. So she's she's exposed to a lot of things. So Allie's here, Karina's here. They're just trying to finish up what they have going on right now academically. Madison is at home in Westport and doing well.
She has beaches nearby her.
Yeah, yeah. Doing well, and I know she's going through one of her family members is pretty sick, her grandfather. So I know she's home with him, and I just want to wish her well and let her know that we're all thinking of her during a tough time. But they're keeping busy. I check in with them once a week usually, if not off text here and there, and they're really bummed about graduation. That's kind of the big thing, and I don't blame them. It's sad, but I keep saying them, you will have graduation. It's coming. You will have graduation.
Absolutely. And you know what, Jannelle? It'll be the most memorable one.
It will.
Because it'll be different from any other one. There will be nothing like it.
Yeah, they're trying to stay positive, and I feel so badly for them. You know, we talked about last week briefly how crossing the street there. Thank you.
Look
how
both
they
ways.
keeping my healthy social distancing habits. But yeah, we spoke last week how I was trying to stay positive. It's just hard, you know. They were here when I came in and started 4 years ago, and just didn't get that chance to really end it in that traditional sense.
Well, you get a number of folks that began their careers on March 11. Sarah Ribello, among them, a starting shortstop for you. And we're showing some images on the screen right now from opening day back on March 11. You've been regularly communicating with your group. Talk about that and how you've stayed in touch, not only through email, but through other means of communication.
Okay. The girls have been great. You know, Holly, my assistant, has been tremendous with our social media. She's really been championing a lot of what we've been doing online on our Instagram. So I really, you know, I'm thankful for her. She's got so many great ideas and is a lot more tech savvy than I am when it comes to Instagram. But so the social media has been fun. We just had a Seahawk bingo the other day, and a lot of the alumni got involved. So that was fun. And we're doing appreciation posts. We started team affirmations when we came back this semester, and I had a binder in the office, and the girls would come in and anonymously kind of put an affirmation, so not what they think, but something that they really feel strongly about. And it was just a really positive way for us to come together as a team to give some compliments and give people reassurance that, you know, they're working hard and doing the right things. So we kept that going online. We've got those that are posting about our teammates, and the girls love them because they still feel connected. You know, their teammates are really giving great feedback and motivation, and so that's been wonderful. And it's a good conversation topic to add to our Zoom calls. The Zoom calls have been great. It's been awesome connecting with the kids and hearing about what they're doing and how they're doing.
And I have seen that through social media as well. I'm just amazed again by the songs that are getting in there. And when I met your team on opening day at Topa Field, I gave them a huge thumbs up because I was so excited to hear a lot of their walk-up songs from my era of music appreciation. So what a great group you have. And not only did they put the songs up on Instagram postings and stories, but they added the lyrics to it too, for those of us that can't hear the lyrics.
I love it. So on conference days, we're honoring 2 or 3 girls on the team and playing their walk-up song and doing a post for them, which is kind of fun and just a way for us to remember that we would be competing and playing. So those the freshmen. The funny thing is, so the freshmen apparently they're not allowed to choose their song. That's something that the upperclassmen get to do. So on our opener, we got all the freshmen in, and it was comical hearing some of those walk-up songs for them, and you know, just to see them chuckle or smile in the batter's box. It's really cool. It's a nice little tradition that the girls have here.
Well, I also like that tradition too of being able to choose freshman songs when they come in, because when they were thinking, what can we do for this girl from Meriden, Connecticut? Her first name is Megan. I said, well, you've got the perfect song from a Disney movie. Be our guest, be our guest. Megan Guest. So we had that song for 1 year, only when she was a freshman.
Yeah. It's funny, you know, we've got a lot of good personality on the squad, so everybody has a really good sense of humor, and it's fun. It's really exciting. So it's something else that we all get to look forward to when we have our openers or when those freshmen get their first at-bats. It's great. So kudos again, you know, to Holly for keeping it going on the social media front. She's been fantastic, and she's got some more ideas coming in the next few weeks. So if you haven't followed us, definitely, please get on our Instagram and our Twitter. See what we're posting and see what's going on from Newport and from the kids. They'll be doing some Instagram takeovers in the next few weeks.
Well, we're not going to finish the segment up yet. I don't know her walk-up song, but I do know that your sophomore from Pennsylvania, Nikki Vanelli, has earned an environmental studies major and biology minor. She's been awarded a National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association Ernest F. Hollings undergraduate scholarship, becoming the first Salve student to receive the honor. Tell me about Nikki Vanelli.
Nikki, I mean, she's amazing. I'm so proud of her. She got selected for this scholarship, really, and my understanding is that about 120 people qualify for it, and she gets a grant for her education and also an internship, a paid internship for 10 weeks over the summer at a location wherever she wants to go. She's going to be able to go, and they have a big conference that I think is probably going to be virtual in May for her. But she's super excited. She works really, really hard, and I know she has a good relationship with Dr. Chase, and he's been a big supporter of Nikki academically and her finding her way here. She's incredibly smart. She's very talented, and for Nikki being such a tremendous athlete, she really chose Salve. She wanted to have a wholesome experience and be able to do things like this. And join clubs, and she's in the hydroponics club, and really, really enjoying the environmental studies program here at Salve, and this is just something she's super excited about, and is a great addition to her resume at Salve academically and athletically. So I'm really happy for her, really proud of her, and it's a huge honor to have somebody from Salve recognized and for this scholarship. So. We love Nikki. We love you, Nikki. We're all proud of you.
Well, Coach, thank you for bringing us to this beautiful setting. You look spectacular, as does the Newport Bridge in the background. Really appreciate it.
Here we go. Let me flip you around here. There we go.
Oh, what a way to end today's show. Thank you very, very much.
You are welcome. You're welcome. So, looking at Newport from afar, across the island.
Well, close enough in this age of social distancing. We're going to keep our distance, and really appreciate having you on the show on each Monday at 3:45. We'll look forward to our meetings during the week, and we'll see you next Monday on the show.
Great. Thanks, Ed, so much. Stay safe. Be well.
Thanks, Coach. Take care.
Bye.
That's Jannelle Iaquinto from Jamestown, Rhode Island, beachside, giving us some great scenery. My name's Ed Habishar. Enjoyed another Monday of Seahawk Talk with you and our guests, Jody Mooradian, Bill Villareal, Patrick Maybach, and Jannelle Iaquinto. Come back for tomorrow's show at 3 o'clock. We'll have Matt Finlayson, Dan Parks, Adam Zakara, and Matt Hurd. See you then.